Good evening. This is Warrior Empowerment Hour by Mr. Too Easy on WRGG 93.7 FM. So I have a few announcements. So we have a Mistrell show ticket giveaway. So they're giving away two tickets per shift. So if you're the second caller to call in, you'll win two free tickets. Let me play my little thing. Yeah. So definitely call in. The phone number here is 717-745-2912. I repeat, the studio phone number 717-745-2912 to win these tickets. So once you become a winner, I'll announce you on the radio, and then you can pick the tickets up between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So we also have another announcement. Scotland Broncos. They will be having their first informational meeting on March 6th at 6:30 p.m. at the Scotland Community Center. The address to that is 3832 Scotland Main Street in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. So let's see. And the topic of discussion today is what difference can we make? Okay, so what difference can we make? And my quote for the day is stand up for something, even if it means standing alone. Because oftentimes, the one who flies solo has the strongest wings. So, listeners out there, so just to let you guys know, because you guys know I live in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, I've just started my petition to run for Ward 3, the Borough Chamber Council member. So that's Ward 3 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania Borough. So far I got about 40 signatures. My goal is 100. So definitely you'll see my name on the ballot in Chambersburg in Ward 3. So definitely venturing to do that. So Mr. Too Easy, aka Dom Brown, will be running for city council member for the borough of Chambersburg. Oh, we have a caller. Let's see. Here we go. Telephone. Yes, caller. Oh, wait a minute. Answer. Yes, caller. You call WRGG. How can I help you? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Yes, how you doing? Yes, you are a winner. Let me play the little theme song. Give me just a second. So we have a winner who just called in. Her name is, what's your name, please? Ruth Murray. Alrighty. So let me write your name on here. Let's see. Winner's name, write your name on this giveaway. Thank you for calling in. And you can pick your tickets up anytime Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the address here, I'm at to find the address. Stand by to stand by. It's on Main Street in Greencastle. Um, Let me get your number off the air, and I will definitely contact you back to give you the information. Oh, thank you, ma'am. Bye bye. Off. Okay. I was trying to get her on the air, but I had some technical difficulties. That was the first time me actually receiving a call in. So thank you, caller. And then we have a nice, helpful flashing light in our peripheral. So we definitely have a winner for these free tickets. So let me write her name down here. And for you other listeners out there, definitely make sure you listen to every hour on the hour to win some tickets. This is wonderful that we had some callers call in, so that's great. So we know we have listeners out there. So this is WRGG 93.7 FM, right here in Greencastle, PA, and this is the Warrior Empowerment Hour, where me, Mr. Too Easy, talk about my experiences as a combat veteran, my 16 years in the Army, and I don't speak for all veterans. I just speak on my experiences, and hopefully something I say or something that I do inspires someone else, and maybe you can see something else in one of your friends or family members that may be a veteran as well, and say, "Oh, now I understand why they do that." So so the topic of today is, what difference can we make? So the difference that I'm trying to make in venturing in City Council for Ward 3 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania Borough is to make sure that it's transparent on how we spend taxpayer dollars. Also, there's some storefronts that's vacant in Southgate Mall, and hopefully, with the help of other elected city council members and with the mayor's assistance, that maybe we can fill those storefronts with some viable and stores that will thrive in Chambersburg. So those are my main two things, and also to have a place where our children can play at, because there's some places that they can be at, but there's a lot of open property, and hopefully we can come to a happy medium and get some places where they can have things to do. So other than that, it's just I stood and fought for this country, so now I'm gonna stand and fight for the residents of Ward 3 in which I reside. So definitely, if you see me out there in Chambersburg, I'll be knocking on your doors trying to get some more signatures out in Ward 3 in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, and Chambersburg Borough. So other than that, let me hit you guys with a song. Let's see, our song will be, Darius Rucker Radio. Here we go. Bow, bow. There's the 24th. It was a radio. Whoa, that was loud.
Take it slow.
Thank you, Darius Rucker, for that. Radio, that's what I'm talking about. That was a wonderful song. So, oh, I'm getting a little feedback. There we go. So, of course, the little phone call got me a little discombobulated, but I'm back though. So, the quote of the day is: "Stand for something, even if it means standing alone, because oftentimes the ones who fly solo has the strongest wings." Very powerful message. So, guys and girls, listeners out there. So, for me, as a combat veteran, and that has brothers and sisters in the military, and my brothers and sisters that armed us out there. For me, how do I help someone else out? By basically contacting them, seeing how they're doing, making sure they're okay, and just passing the knowledge on to what I've been through to someone else, just like we're doing here on the radio show. I have combat PTSD and TBI and stuff like that. But you know what? Sometimes you just need that one person to say, "Hey, when you're ready to talk, I'm ready to listen." And that's all it really is. I have some buddies that do isolate, and sometimes, their loved ones don't know how to react to that. And I know for me, it felt like they was being pushy, but it's all in love. So, sometimes you need your loved one to also go to an appointment with you to see a therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, whoever you want to see, peer support mentor, or just a pastor, a deacon, missionary, somebody. So that way they can understand what you're going through and you can understand what they're going through. Because at the end of the day, they have nothing but the best interest for you. But in my mind, it's like they're nagging, like, "Okay, what's wrong? Why don't you come out the room? What's wrong? What's going on?" But it's all out of love. But if we don't know how to receive it, then we can come across a little rough. So I had to learn that. And trust me, it's not an easy thing. You just can't flip a switch and say, "Oh, well, I understand exactly what this person is saying. I understand exactly what they're doing." It's not that easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it, and then we wouldn't have some of the issues we have now. But but other than that, just calling a battle buddy up, calling a friend up, send a text message, hit him up on Facebook, hit him up on Instagram, on Twitter, on whatever social media is out there. But and then for me, I had to find something for me to do that got me out of the house. So it start off small, like I have my service dog, and everyone says, "Well, why do you have a service dog?" It's not like you have a broken leg or you're blind or something like that. What they don't understand is having that service dog gives you something to do. It gets you out of that isolation mode. Mine also, wakes me up when I have nightmares and, flashbacks and stuff like that. And he can sense when I'm not in a good mood. So he jumps in my lap, lick my face, whine so I can take him outside. So it's more than just what people appear and they don't have an understanding. They have a misunderstanding. So, for us that have the service dog, we understand why, and some of us get a little frustrated when we're confronted. But at the end of the day, they other people really don't know and they don't understand. And for those who do understand it, just do it just to be spiteful. Hey, I pray for you. Sorry. But most places, at least I know in Pennsylvania, they don't really hassle you. My service dog has a service vest on, stuff like that. So you don't get the questions. Every now and again, you get a look, here and there. But I don't take it as offensive. I just take it as, they really don't know. But then again, I don't go out to these bigger places until it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, stuff like that, because I really don't feel like going out throughout the day anyway, because I don't like the large crowd. So when I did, we did our training, we had to go in the middle of the day, like to a Walmart, and then of course, the way my service dog is trained, he's trained to sit directly behind me to make sure someone's not invading my space, because I can kind of gauge the people in front of me, but he's there to make sure no one invades my privacy and my space from the rear. So and all he does is just lay there, make sure no one just walks up, so it doesn't like bark or growl or nothing like that. So but he's wonderful, and when I'm having those nightmares, he comes and lick me on the face, stuff like that. So and when I'm just isolating, and it's just he comes in there and sees me, he's like, oh, he's in one of those moods, so let me snap him out of it. And trust me, he does. So he does a lot of things, and it forces you to go outside to make sure he has to go pee, clean up his poop, walk him, stuff like that. So it's more than just, oh, here's another veteran just has this or have that. No, it's more than that. Do the research. So and if you don't feel like doing the research, hey, you're listening to the radio station, and I'm trying to give you a little information anyway. So it's all on the up and up. So and then of course I have a buddy of mine that's out of Hagerstown, Maryland, who actually him and his wife actually breeds dogs to become service dogs, and they have all the shot records and all that stuff. So I'll definitely put them on my Facebook page, their information, because I didn't ask if I can say their names on the radio. So I'll definitely get their permission and put it on my Facebook page so you guys can come back to it. But they're right out of Hagerstown, Maryland, and they have pretty good prices, and they have them trained before they give them to you. They're pretty much got their first phase of training together. So and they kind of pair them up, with the right people and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. I believe this breed of dog is a Rottweiler. It's pretty nice. I think they've done 22 so far or something higher like that. And they also have other organizations that they go through to get the certifications and the shots and the records, and they have them chipped already for you. So it's pretty cool. So, and I went through an organization called Dog Tags out of who's in Mechanicsburg? Yeah, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. So, it was a wonderful organization, wonderful. And it's ran by I believe he's a Marine veteran, so it's pretty cool. He's pretty understanding, and my service dog was the first American Staffordshire Pit Bull to go through there, and it was just wonderful. There was no bad stigma or anything like that, and my dog is just wonderful. So other than that, let me play a great song for our little league teams out there. Where's my there's a good little song I have, Beast. Da, 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 da. I'm a Beast, ESPN. So remember guys, on March 6th at 6:30 p.m., Scotland Broncos informational meeting in Scotland Community Center at 3832 Scotland Main Street, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. So this is for all the little league teams out there, all the cheerleaders, the pom poms, the powder puff, the dancers, all the sports. So this song is for you guys.
I'm a beast.
I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. Yeah, I'm back with a vengeance, and I'm in it to win it. I'm going high every day. I muscle up with my finish. Excuse my moment of rage. Let the beast out the cage. Jump like a fine wine, boy. Just get better with age. Only get stronger with time. I never crack under pressure. I'm here to give it my all. Cause all I got is my effort. Man, I'm hungry for victory. Man, I'm ready to feast. So say hello to my little friend. Also known as the beast. I got the eye of the tiger. I'm in the zone just like Rocky. I'm in my first mode. Now there ain't no way you gon' stop me. See, I'm just getting started. Showing no signs of quitting. I'm going hard all day. From the start to the finish. Now my juices is flowing. And my heartbeat is thumping. And all my energy in here got my adrenaline pumping. This is my moment to own it. Yeah, I'm hungry. I want it. And when the competition fades, I gotta keep on going. Cause I'm
I'm a
a
beast. Yeah.
in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind. I'm a beast. I'm in my own zone. It's beast mode time, so go hard or go home. I'm a beast. I got it on my mind. See, I came here to shine, so let's get it on the grind.
Oh yes, that's to all the little league players out there, all throughout the state of Pennsylvania and Maryland. Because I know we do play a team out of Hagerstown. So all the little league football teams, all the cheerleaders, all the parents. Because you know what, the children can't come to practice and come to the games without the parents driving them. So my shout out go to all everybody out there to support all the little league teams. So definitely, they beast and they give 100%. So that's for every team out there. So, I support them all because guess what? I interacted with them all. So, home games, away games is pretty cool. All my children played for Scotland Broncos, and they're pretty good. So, and you got the Fayetteville Browns, you got Gettysburg, I think Generals. You have I forgot what the Greencastle good teams are called, but there's a bunch of them out there. So Google if you want your children to play in the little league football team. They're looking for players. They're looking for cheerleaders. They're looking for parents to step up to be assistant coaches, be a part of the booster clubs, all that stuff. So definitely, reach out and Google. They're also looking for sponsors, to donate $10, $50, whatever it is it takes, to make it easier on the teams and the players. So back to the quote: "Stand up for something, even if it means standing alone, because oftentimes the one who flies solo has the strongest wings." Isn't that the truth? So, guys and girls out there, if you have any veteran family members or friends, just reach out, see how they're doing. And if you're a veteran or military, and you're on active duty, reserve, whatever you are, retired, you know what? Just call your battle buddy up. Like, hey, what are you doing? How you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. So definitely, I know sometimes my guys reach out to me if they see that I'm not posting on social media because I also go to the gym, Too Easy Workout. Like I went today, but I forgot to post all my stuff. So it was just one of the days I was so busy today. Then I was also out, getting signatures because I'm petitioned to run for city council for Ward 3 in the Chambersburg Borough. So you'll see my name, Don Brown, on the ballot. So definitely vote for me. Um, just make Ward 3 wonderful. There's a lot of empty storefronts at the Southgate Mall. So one of my goals is to actually bring some businesses in there. It's about 16 available spaces in the Southgate Mall. So those are tax dollars that's not coming to the city. So we definitely need some good, profitable businesses in there. So definitely that's one of my goals. Make sure that everyone's voice is heard in Ward 3 as well. And bring diversity. It's wonderful. Guys and girls out there. We're in a wonderful country. No matter what people say, no matter who your president is, guess what? We make the best of it. I've been all over this world, and let me tell you something. I like the Middle East. I like Dubai, Bahrain. I like the Europe. But guess what? There's nothing like the U.S. Nothing like it. That's just my opinion. I don't speak for every person. That's just my opinion. Trust me, it could be worse. So so other than that, I can't say enough. Just call your battle boy up, see how you doing. Instant message him, hit him with a text message. Just see what's going on. I know there's vet center that's in Chambersburg that I'm gonna be going to soon to see some of my to see one therapist. They have like a group or whatever. I think it's on like Thursdays or something. So I'm gonna try that out because I go all the way to Martinsburg, the Martinsburg VA. So which is no problem. It's only a 45-minute drive. But if I can find a place closer, yeah, and they give me the same kind of benefit, that's pretty good. So I can't complain. So right now I'm doing DBT. So that's delectable behavioral therapy. So it has like 4 modules. How to react, how to think, mindfulness and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. How to regulate your emotion. So it's pretty awesome. So I love it. It's a 6 month um, therapy kind of session for 6 months, and it's pretty intense. But you know what, guys and girls out there, we've been to combat. We've been to the worst places of the world that Uncle Sam has sent us to. I'm sure you can handle a 2 hour session once a week. So I didn't think so at first, but after the third week, it kind of grew on me. I was like, okay, it's not too bad, not too bad. So I'm definitely, it's wonderful. So other than that, let me play another song. Let's see what we're gonna play this time. Hmm. We did. You know what? Yeah. Let's play Sister Sledge. We are family. Because you know what? We all are family. No matter what your race, color, or creed, we all are family. We're here for the better good for everything. So I think this is gonna be a great song to play. If you know it, sing along. Matter of fact, get out your chair and just dance with it. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh yeah, that was Sister Sledge. We Are Family, and that's a wonderful, wonderful song. And matter of fact, that reminds me of a what was it? Yeah, a concert I went to the other day, last weekend. Lonnie B. So I follow me and my wife follow Lonnie B. So his first show was in the D.C. at the Arc Theater, and it was awesome. It was off the chain. So he's a people call him a comedian. I call him a realist because everything he talks about is real life stuff. So this the third, no, one, two, three, four, five, fifth show that I've been to, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere as he called them, good girlfriends, good homeboys, haters and pickaboos. So but it was great. This was the GHPH University tour. So it was wonderful. So if you don't know who Lonnie B is, Google him, follow him on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It's just wonderful. So I love him. Wonderful, wonderful guy. So I've met him in person, me and my wife, and trust me, how he is on social media is how he is in person. He has a wonderful personality. So definitely a person to see. He's doing some great, great things. So Lonnie B, if you're listening, hey, this is Mr. Too Easy saying thanks for the show, and I will definitely see you when you come back to DC because right now he's on tour, so he's going all over the United States. I don't know where he is now, but I know he did. I think Chicago or somewhere, California, stuff like that. So it's great. It's great. So definitely look him up. So hey, Lonnie B. So other than that, the quote is "Stand up for something, even if it means standing alone, because oftentimes the one who flies solo has the strongest wings." That's what I'm talking about. The strongest wings. So we all know the ones who've been through the military, no matter what branch it is, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army. You got to go through basic training, and it's hard. I don't care what nobody says. It is. It's difficult. They push you to the limit, and in my opinion, they break you down and they build you up to be the better you can be. Because when you go to war, let me tell you something. There's no little stress card you can put up and say, "Oh, stop firing, please don't hurt me." No, they do this for a reason. So it's just I've learned to push myself to the limits, and even after I got out, I still push myself to the limits. Because it's just embedded in my brain. That's what I do. I'm hyper vigilant. So I'm always looking at exits, looking at entry points, looking at counting how many people there are. It seems a little silly, and it can seem a little overwhelming for some people. But at the end of the day, that's what you want. Okay, you just can't walk around oblivious to every single thing. Somebody has to be that one to say, "Hey, there's only two exits in here. What if something happens?" Or you need that one person to say, that person's kind of standing out. I'm going to keep my eye on that person. You need you really do, in my opinion. I'm not speaking for everybody out there. I'm just speaking for Mr. Too Easy. So I want you guys to, oh man, every veteran, nope. Just speaking for Mr. Too Easy. So I kind of, every place I go, I count the exits, count the entry points, count the people. That's just the way I am. So it's just embedded in me. It's just instilled in my brain, and that's a good thing. So people should be vigilant. Some people are hyper vigilant, but people should be at least vigilant, at least aware of your surroundings. Aware if you think someone's going to do something wrong because someone offended them or something like that. You need to be very aware. So I definitely believe in that. But and I believe we should teach our children how to be vigilant, teach them how to get out of certain situations. That's in this day and age, we need that. And I definitely teach my children, to a certain extent. This is the things to look for. I also teach them OPSEC. If you guys don't know what OPSEC is, let me tell you something. Google OPSEC. They got a 77-page PowerPoint, and some of them have a video on YouTube. You'd be amazed of the things that we do that we don't realize we do. So imagine being out, let's just say at Dilly's or something, or at the 102 Cafe, and you have a job and you're working for, let's just say, the nearest base is Letterkenny Depot. and you guys are talking about Humvees or MRAPs. You don't know who's around, but you talking out loud. Yeah, this that we did this armor on it, we did these wheels on it, stuff like that. You have no idea who else is around listening to that, and then they pass that information on, pass that information. It's a trickling effect. And if you don't understand that, you know, you wonder why, you know, you got some family members that's been in the service, and they be very blunt, or they're very short at what they say, or they don't say a lot of stuff out in public. And that's how I am. It's certain things I just don't say. I love the state I live in. Trust me, I love Pennsylvania. And when I'm home, when I'm in the comfort of my own home, there's certain things I say, yeah, yeah, boom. But then when you're out and about, it's like, huh. My trainer would say, you know what? Don't say this, don't say that, don't say this, don't say that. So I'll wait till I'm in my car, wait till I'm, home, da 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 da. And it's just something I do, you know. Not gonna say I don't do it on purpose, but if it's part of your training, trust me, you do it unconsciously, not knowing that you do it. So that's just food for thought. Like if I'm traveling, going to I don't know California or something. I don't be out in public and say, you know what, this is when my flight is. I'm flying out tomorrow to California. Da 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 da. No, I just don't do that. You know. So just be mindful. And just be smart about what you do. But definitely Google OPSEC, 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 and you'd be amazed of just the little things. Now granted, every military person stand out. Either our walk, the way we speak, or our haircut. Those three things, we stand out. We do. But and oh yeah, and the bags we carry, because trust me, I still carry. Well, no, not really. Only if I'm really traveling, I get my duffel bag. But usually, all my stuff is in my wife's pink luggage. So I look like the big tall guy with the pink luggage with wheels. So, but it's pretty funny. But it's better than me standing out and someone says, "Oh man, he must be in the military." Okay. Oh wow, look at that green duffel bag. Or look at that ACU duffel bag. Oh man, look at that camouflage duffel bag. Stuff like that. But yeah, we need to be more aware of our surroundings, and but at the end of the day, we also need to be very loving and caring to our next person. And I talked about that with a few friends over this past weekend. I wondered what happened to us caring for our neighbors, like truly caring. I grew up where when my mom was at work, my neighbor made sure I had a snack or whatever when I got off the school bus, or fed me a meal. So it's not that I grew up in a rich neighborhood or anything like that, but people cared. Even if it was a bowl of oodles noodles, guess what? I didn't go hungry. And then back then, people weren't like, oh, well, don't do this to my child, or don't feed my child, or we wasn't too overbearing. It was just like, okay, if little Johnny next door, we ride the same school bus in the same grade, in the same classes, see each other every single day. Why can't, if my mom worked nights, your mom is home or dad is home, I go and eat dinner over there, go back home, and they say, okay, make sure you lock the door because your mom be coming home around 10 p.m. You know, stuff like that. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to, if my mom was good at sewing, my dad was good at automotive, changing tires, working on alternators, carburetors, stuff like that. And then my neighbor was good at woodwork or knitting. So, hey, what's going on, John? What's going on? Hey, man, can you fix my car right quick? Yeah, what you need? Oh, man, I need oil change or something. It's just making this funny sound. No problem. The next thing you know, his wife probably knitted a sweater or a blanket, in return of the services. Everyone cared for everybody. What happened to those days? I don't know. But I think we should at least try to revisit those days, because those were some good times. Now certain areas they still do stuff like that, but in the bulk of the areas that we have, because people are so busy in the big city, bulk of being so busy, they forgot about that. And it's sad, because that's what made living a lot easier. No matter if you had $1 million or you had $1, everyone that lived on the same block was in the same predicament. Hey, You know, and back then there was only one car per household. I know in my household we got what, three, four cars. You know, so just imagine that fuel bill. You know, putting gas in that car, tire rotation, oil changes. You know, but back then you had, you know, the mom dropped the husband off at work, or the husband carpooled, and then, you know, anytime, you know, you got in the station wagon or the minivan was to go to church or go to get groceries, stuff like that. You know, and they still made it to all the little league games and stuff like that. And I just wonder, I was like, man, my mom had three boys. We all was in a sport, all at the same time in different sports. She made it to every single game. I made it to every single practice. All of us did. And I wonder, how did that happen? Well, you know what? The neighbors helped out sometime. You know what? Your son can ride with my son coming back from practice. You know, don't worry. You know what? We'll give him a snack, you know, after practice or something like that. Whatever happened to that? You know, we need to get back into that, because guess what? Like Sister said, Slade, we are family. So let's see. Now, I'm gonna play. Oh, this is a good song. How about Zach Brown Band, Chicken Fried? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love that song. I really do. Let's see if I can get this right. Uh oh. There we go. There we go. Come on now, we got. There we go. Sing it along if you know it. Mm-hmm. Tell me about it. I love that bell. Mm-hmm. Homemade wine. Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Tell me about it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Don't be right. Zach Brown Band Chicken Fry. So, guys and girls out there, someone just sent me a message to explain anniversary dates. Ooh, excuse me. So, I got a few minutes before I get off air. So, let's see. I think I can do it in 3 minutes. So basically, anniversary dates for me is when I was deployed, when the traumatic event happened, um, the loss of my brother, my biological brother, blood brother, and when I got back from Iraq, my first tour. So let me give you an example of when I first got back from Iraq, my first tour. So my first tour was 2 years straight, no break, from '03 to '05. So got back and we landed in Seattle, Washington. Went to Mannequin, and of course, before you leave, go to SRP where they make sure you get all your shots and stuff like that. Do the TB test, stuff like that. So when I get back, all of us get back. I get the TB test. It was one of the first tests they give us as we come in. Boom. Everyone lined up. It's 300 people lined up in alphabetical order. Gotta love it. Gotta love the system. So as we line up in alphabetical order, we have an admin person who's giving us these folders of our files. So, I get the TB shot, boom. And maybe 10 minutes later, the thing gets the size of a quarter on my arm. I'm looking at it, and buddies, we're laughing, like, yeah, what do you got? What are you doing? What you got, man? Shoot, when we get out of this joint, we going to the bar, man. We going to the NCO club or something. We gonna head to town now. So, you have the nurse that comes by, because all these are contractors, okay? She's looking at her arm. She go, you with me? You with me? She gets me over there. Okay, great. So the doctor draws some blood, does a chest X-ray. About an hour later, the 5 people out of 300 people that they pulled in this room, now we're in another room that has like plastic all over the place. And when the door shuts, it like seals like. So he says, yeah, guys, sorry to tell you, but you guys got TB, tuberculosis. So we're looking like, what the hell is that? I don't know what that is. So he's like, do you guys know what it is? So we're like, no. So he says, you guys seen Tombstone? So we're like, yeah, which one? So he says, everyone's, Doc Holliday, yeah, which one? The one Val Kilmer, yeah, the one Val Kilmer, yeah, that was a nice one. He says, well, you have what he had. So we all stopped laughing. We're like, wait a minute, he died at the end. So imagine a doctor telling you that's what you have. Okay? That's some scary crap there. So that was just etched in my brain. So then he comes back and say, well, it's latent, but we don't know just yet. So they kept us for 4 days straight with everyone else, other than us 5, that had tuberculosis. Put us on the medicine, told us the daggone side effects, and said, good luck. Then we finally get to leave, and it's like, okay. So, of course, the first 5 days, all our other battle buddies, they didn't got drunk and everything, lived up to town. So now we 5 days in the rear trying to live up to town, but, it's all good. So that kind of, it's etched in my brain, so that's an anniversary day for me. Um, when our convoy was attacked, when our base was attacked, that's etched in my brain. So, those kind of things are anniversary dates that people may not understand. Hopefully, I kind of gave you, the gist of everything on what an anniversary date is. So if not, I'm sure I'll get another thing in my inbox or in the little message thing. So that's my time. I'm gonna close out with the regular song. I close out with where's that? Wiz Wiz Khalifa. See you again. From the soundtrack Fast and the Furious 7. So as I always say, be mentally strong, physically strong, socially strong, and spiritually strong. So until next time, guys, peace.
It's been a long night without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Wildwood
We've
Flower.
come a
See y'all.
long way from where we began. Oh, the past. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How could we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
I don't know what just happened.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. So I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
This is WRGGLP Greencastle.
Hey, what's going on? Pretty good, pretty good.
USA Radio News with Rick Vincent.
House Intelligence Committee Democrats are willing to compel Special Counsel Robert Mueller to testify before their panel and sue the administration if that's what it takes to make public Mueller's report on its investigation.